So, hi guys, have your parents ever told you something that to this day it still hurts anytime you think about it? Mhm. Though we might not always be aware that our word holds much more power than we realize. This is even more important in familiar relationship. The way our parents actually talk to us becomes the way we learn to talk to ourselves. So the way parents talk to their children could have serious repercussion on their self-esteem, self-concept, and emotional attachment to others. So with that being said, let's dive in. So here are the 8 of the most damaging things parents can't say to their children. The first thing on my list is, what is the matter with you? If your child personality often crashes with yours, it could be difficult to be around them so much, left alone, parent them. But no matter how frustrated it might get, it's important to always keep our temper in check and stop ourselves from letting the anger get the best of us. Asking a child what is the matter with them just because they don't share the same interests with you or act the way you think they should, it's only going to hurt their self-esteem and make them question their own self-worth. Number two, I don't have time for you right now. Really? We all know that taking care of a child is no easy task, even with a co-parent around. And having to balance a full-time paying job along with it can be overwhelming. So it is important that you keep your priorities in check when making compromise between your work life and your family life. And if you really have to choose between your job and family sometimes, don't just simply tell your child that you don't have time for them. Explain it to them in a way that it won't hurt them and make it up to them when you do have time. If not, they will start to feel lonely and neglected. Number three, I wish you were more. Just like us, we should refrain from comparing ourselves with others. Parents should never compare their child to their siblings or classmates. It makes them feel like they are not good enough for you and can also introduce jealousy, and that the love you have for them needs to be earned. For example, saying, "Can't you be like your straight A friend?" makes them feel like you care more about their grades than you do about them. Which brings us to our next point. Number four, you are a disappointment to me. If you want your child to grow up as a person and bring you along for that journey, then you need to be able to make them safe, feel safe, and so they can make their mistakes and learn from them. Do not just attack them for falling short. Sometimes by saying you are such a disappointment to me, but rather encourage them to try again by reassuring them it is okay to fail sometimes and that you will always be there for them no matter what. Number five, why didn't you? Similar to the last point, asking your child why they did not get into a certain college, score high on the SAT, make a starting team, or win on competition only makes them feel worse about themselves, especially when they try really hard to please you. It can ruin their self-esteem just because your words makes them feel like nothing they do can ever be good enough for you. Mhm. Number six, because I said so. Studies have shown that having authoritarian parents that are extremely controlling and expecting children to follow the rules you set with no discussion or compromise or whatsoever can have many negative effects on a child. Some children develop poor self-esteem and become dependent and withdrawn, while others become more aggressive and reckless. Either way, simply demanding that your child should submit to your way just because you are the parent work faster in a lot of resentment and conflict in your relationship. Mhm. Number 7, what are people going to say? African parent. Oh, did your child come up to you for something he or she committed in school or with friends? If you did not already know, it must have been difficult for them to tell you because they were afraid of how you will react. But asking what are people going to think or what does that say about me as a parent, about you as a parent, makes them feel like all you care about is the opinion of others, that you see them as embarrassment to the family. Mhm. Number 8, I'm leaving and never coming back. In the heat of the moment, hmm, you might be tempted to spill threats of running away and never coming back once you start to feel that your child is becoming very ungrateful for all the things that you do for them. But it's better to pack your tongue and swallow your temper. You don't want to say something that would hurt them for years to come. After all, even if we might not realize that all the time, threats like this are done with the intention of hurting your child and scaring them into listening to you or doing as you say. Mhm. And emotional blackmail like this can make the attachment towards you and others as they grow up unstable and insecure. Yeah. So, guys, do you relate to any of the things mentioned here or still trying to heal from hurtful words of a parent? Even if you are not either, it's still important to be more considerate of how we treat others. Do you find this video helpful? Please tell us in the comments below. Please like and share with friends that it might be of value too. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys and I love you.